Okay, part two, audibles. Just like again in real football, which we are attempting to simulate. Um, if you don't like what the defense is doing, right, and you're on offense, you want to do an audible, want to change it up. So let's say I'm lined up like this. I have this cornerback on this guy. We have this linebacker. He's got the tight end who is flexed out. And and let me say this: like all leagues, once the offense lines up, then the defense has additional time to react. So in our league, we have a 40-second setup clock, but under no circumstance should, let's say, if the offense lines up in 20 seconds, then the defense would have 15 seconds. You never get more than 15 seconds more than the defense. If the offense would have used the entire 40 seconds, then the defense would get an additional 10. But again, I'm going to repeat that. If we have a 40 second setup clock, and then the defense gets, for the offense, and the defense gets an additional 10. However, if the offense lines up quicker, let's say they want to play fast and they line up in 15 seconds, then the defense would only get an additional 15. So in that case, the defense would only have 30 seconds. Whereas if the offense used the entire setup clock, then the defense would have 50 seconds, if you follow the math of that. So let's say the offense sets up, and then the defense looks in and says, okay, fine. And these two guys are loopers. By that I mean for guys who maybe not play a lot, these guys run on an angle to come in and get the quarterback, right? So the offense sees the defense put these two blitzers who are coming, who are literally aimed to come get the quarterback. So it's a pass. Again, we're talking about 3rd and 10. You can call it an audible. Say if I'm concerned, I want this guy to be able to go out. He's my best receiving back, but I need to pick up this linebacker. I need to pick up this linebacker, but I want this running back to go out. This guy, I'm okay with him blocking that linebacker that's blitzing, right? So I call an audible. With an audible, you are allowed 3 moves. You can have up to 3 pivots. A pivot being you can just pivot the man, or you can have 2 pivots and 1 motion. So pre-snap audible. So the offense would have said set, the defense says set. The play is you want this guy to go out for a pass, but you're concerned about this linebacker. You have no one picking him up, so you call an audible. You get 10 seconds to do this. The offense will say audible. Okay, audible. This is my 1 motion. I move this wide receiver to pick up that blitz. And now here's 1 pivot, 2. No, I'm sorry, I'm going to pivot him to get this linebacker. And if you make the quarterback stationary, that doesn't count as a move. But right now we're going to leave the quarterback here to have this threat of that run. So again, let me do that again. We were lined up like this. The offense would have said set. The defense says set. You want to throw a pass to this guy. You're concerned about this linebacker and this linebacker that's blitzing the quarterback. So you call audible 10 and start counting 10, 9, 8. Move this guy right here. That's 1 motion. He's picking him up. 2, this is your second pivot. You get up to 3 moves. Only 1 motion, up to 2 pivots. And then I say I want to flare him out. So I did 1 motion, 2 pivots. The defense can match. By that I mean the defense can do exactly what the offense did. The defense can now pivot up to 2 guys and do 1 motion. If I'd only pivoted 1 guy, the defense could only pivot it. The offense pivoted 1 guy, and the defense could only pivot 1 guy. So then in that case, let's say if I want to do this, I'm concerned about this guy, and so I'm going to move him. That's my motion. Now I get 2 pivots. 1, and then maybe I'm concerned about this guy leaking out, so maybe I go 2. So you can see I matched it. I moved one and I pivoted two. But let's say if the offense would have only done one motion, then only I can do, the defense can only do one motion. So that's the pre-snap audible. It's a, before you snap it, that is a match 1 for 1.